Little patience. Still hurting from the gains I lost. I'm feeling your frustration. Are the Bears coming or not? Welcome everybody to another episode of Savage Cash. Here with me, your superhero of cryptocurrency, the Superman. In today's episode, we are going to be looking at a bit of market news, but fundamentally, we're going to be talking about, are the bears coming or not? You know, are we going to get the big bear movement before we get the huge bear bull spike? So if you are wanting to hear my thoughts on whether the bears are coming or not, or whether we're just going to struggle to get to that bull movement, which is eventually coming, then smash up the likes. Smash up the likes. Let me just make sure that I'm live and that you can hear me and everything. Think I've set everything up all right. But yesterday I tried going live about 3 times and each time it failed. So let me just make sure and all of that good stuff. Yes, so people are watching. And can you hear me? Well, there's a load of likes, so I'm presuming that you can hear me. So, where are we at the moment? So, currently, the market cap is at 330-ish billion, having gone down and then risen and then gone down again. So, on Friday, when I came live, it was, the market cap was around about 320 and moving up billion. And then yesterday, it went up to its peak 343.5 billion, and then since then it's sunk again. The Sunday sales have come back, and Bitcoin is looking, well, it's dominating at the moment. If you're looking at the entire market cap, Bitcoin seems to be dominating, and the altcoins just appear to be gradually falling. Now, is this an indication of a bearish movement coming along? Because I think that is what the market is just truly waiting for. I think that once we've had this bear movement that everybody's been expecting, then it's going to go up. I've already said this, and I think, and I'm going to be going through the information to hopefully corroborate that in today's video. So, it is currently down, and if we have a look, it says right here that the price of Bitcoin is 8,581. But if I have a look on TradingView, it says that it's been wavering. Anything from 8,580 to 8,520. So there seems to be more people selling than there is buying at the moment, all right? So I'm going to move on to this in a little bit. But first of all, let's have a look at the news, okay? So cryptocurrency market has a minor fall as Bitcoin and Ethereum retreat 4%. Next in the news, Tron. So yesterday, Tron had quite a big spike up, and the reason why is because there are 2 things coming up which are significant for Tron. Now, I'm personally not one that believes really in Tron. There's a big community behind it. Lots of people are loving it and are still holding it. And people have wondered, should I keep it? Should I sell it? It's had such a big loss recently. However, it appears that on the 31st of March, there's going to be 2 big events happening. The first is the Tron testnet. Okay, so that's the bigger news of the 2 bits of news. But then there's another bit of news, which is that they are going to be doing a coin burn on the same day. Now, Tron has probably the largest kind of supply of any cryptocurrency, or at least is up there. So this is really great news, because by burning hopefully significant amount of tokens, is going to make the coins, the individual coins, more valuable, hence why it's had such a big spike. But today it has gone down from such a big spike yesterday. So it's gone down, well, it's 2%, so not a lot. It was over 5 cents yesterday, and it's still in the high 4 cents, so it's doing rather well. What else? So, Ethos. So I told you yesterday that they have announced their first partner for the community airdrop. So if you haven't yet, make sure that you do get pre-registered for the Universal Wallet, which is coming out very, very shortly. Don't know exactly when, but it is going to be very shortly. And yesterday they announced their first partner, which was Smart Cash. And then yesterday they announced another partner, which is Axpire. Now, Shingo Levine, who is the founder of Ethos, he is actually an advisor of Axpire, which is a spend management D-app, basically, for bigger companies to manage, I suppose, that area of the business. so that they save people or save businesses on operational costs. They've got quite a few partners. So if you weren't already an Axpire holder, you could become one literally by signing up for the wallet. And this has led to Ethos going up today. I don't know if it's maintained its gains, but it has gone up slightly today because they are doing some amazing work. So it's on the cusp of $3. So good growth considering the movement of the rest of the cryptocurrencies today. Also, NEM. Now, I haven't really covered NEM in any great detail, but this is also another positive mover today. And the reason why is because they are launching their Catapult beta for developers. And basically, people can apply to be in the early access program as of today. This is very, very recent news, and it has caused for NEM to go up. I don't know if it's still up, but it has caused for NEM to go up whilst everything else is going down. So these are the bits of news that are available today. So yes, up 4% today. So if you're an NEM holder, then you should be quite happy today. Also, in the because of the fact that Binance are going to be moving their operations from Japan over to Malta, Malta have now decided that they want to be a capital for cryptocurrencies. Okay, so they want to become blockchain island. All right, so as I said yesterday, it's a more friendly place for exchanges where Japan hasn't been necessarily, and Binance are making huge moves for the future of cryptocurrency generally. Decentralized exchange, fiat to crypto, and what else? There was something else. Can't remember at the moment. But either way, they are moving across and they are going to be, hopefully, the entry level, one of the entry level providers for new people coming into cryptocurrency, can just put their money straight into an exchange, their dollars or pounds or euros or whatever. But the country itself, you know, Malta's Parliamentary Secretary Financial Services stated in an interview that he's very, very confident, and it's a vote of confidence for blockchain in their country, and they want to be part of it and help with regulations moving forward. So good news for, I suppose, for the credibility of blockchain moving forward, particularly if countries are getting behind it. So, let's now move on to the piece de resistance. Let me just make sure that you guys are engaged with. Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. News about credits. Nothing a lot, really. Not a lot, really, to say about credits. I'll update you as and when. Right now, it's just not the time. Right now, it's not the time. Well, it is and it isn't the time. If you are wanting a prolonged bullish movement on the cryptocurrency, really, you should wait for the bullish time, you know, when the money is entering the cryptocurrency market. So really no point in saying what or updating on, you know, what credits are doing, because I know that they're working in the background to improve their current 500,000 transactions per second. I think that they're actually working a lot on the mechanics behind the transactions and behind the blockchain. So I think that is where you're going to be seeing the improvements in credits. So who's here? Barry's here. Christine is here. Who else? Who else is a regular? Wendy's here. Anyone else? Lisa is here. So some of my regulars. How are we doing on the old likes front before we move on to are the Bulls coming? Bulls coming or Bears coming? Only 185 likes. Guys, smash up the likes. Don't know what's going on with YouTube recently. Just don't think my notifications are going out. Anyway, so let's now move on back to this article here. So this article is talking about the bearish movement of Bitcoin. They're saying that there's no real big factors moving into it. However, looking at the public market, okay, so where is it? So really what it comes down to is institutional investors, okay? So I think one of the reasons behind the big movements where Bitcoin went to 20,000 is because of institutional money coming in. Okay, so cryptocurrency market back in late 2017 was optimistic towards the entrance of institutional investors and retail traders via the Bitcoin futures market. Okay, but the ultimate demand didn't match the expectations. Okay, so that is what happened. So we saw from the 20k went right down to a point where it's never really truly recovered. So they're saying the next big movement will be triggered by a wave of big investors coming into the cryptocurrency market, and until then the market will remain volatile. All right. Now, this is fair enough point. It's a fair enough point because the fact of the matter is that the market hasn't ever recovered from this point, particularly the Bitcoin price, never really truly recovered from this point. So where is it going is the question. Okay, so looking at trend lines, okay, and these are the trend lines I've plotted, and this of course is the bottom, which Bitcoin hasn't yet reached, and which I personally think the confidence will return once it kind of hits the bottom and people are happy again that we've hit it finally, and now it's time to go up. You know, the only way is up. So potentially what could happen is over kind of the next few weeks, as March moves into April, as we go into spring, well, spring's already started, but as we go properly into spring, it will do its final movement down to around about the early 7,000s, late 6,000s, and then smash it up from that point, okay? So that's where the kind of lines are converging to signal that a bullish movement is going to come about once we've hit the bottom, the potential bottom. Now, other people have different I suppose, predictions of where that bottom is. This is my personal opinion, is that I think that it's going to hit the low 7,000s, go a little bit lower than it did last week. So that is where I think it's going to go before it spikes up. And I think that a really good indication of where institutional money is right now can be seen in looking at the various stock markets around the world. All right, so let's just have a look at the S&P 500. Okay, now if you have a look at this graph here, you can see that it reached a peak kind of late January, around about the same time that cryptocurrency market hit an enormous peak. And since then, it tanked in the beginning of February, and then it went up a little bit, and it has tanked again up to the point we are at now. Okay, and this is reflective of what's happening right here. As you can see, it kind of tanked straight after, well, it's not really at that point, but it kind of tanked from the January point down in February, and then it's gone up a little bit, and then it's gone down again. Okay, so you can see it's essentially replicating a lot of the behaviors that you see in the S&P 500. If you look at the FTSE, you will see very, very similar again. Again, we had a peak in January, went right up to this high, kind of yearly high at this point, and then has crashed ever since that point. And if we have a look at the Nikkei as well, then basically the same thing has happened here as well. You can see big peak back in January, and then it has reached its lowest since that point, just recently, as of today. So really as I've kind of intimated before, when the general financial market is going up, that is when Bitcoin will follow. Okay, so at the moment they are at the low points since January of 2018. So I think that it would be silly to ignore, given how closely correlated the graphs are of the various financial indexes around the world, that, you know, that once the money starts coming in and there's confidence in the general market, there will be confidence in the Bitcoin market. And I think that that's going to come at this point here. All right, so I would be keen to know what your thoughts are on that. But one of the questions that I've certainly had in recent hours is the Wanchain price, okay? Because there's so many people that have this anticipation of taking their bullish position on Wanchain when there is a dip, another significant dip. Now, Wanchain has not been out during a significant dip. It's kind of come out during an ambivalent dip. Okay, so it's not truly dipped right down where everything is basically crashing, because there's still some stabilization. There's kind of give or take 20 billion. But there's not been a huge crash. It's not gone down 100 billion, which is where I think we would see Wanchain being truly tested. A lot of people are saying this is not going to go below $4, and a lot of people are extremely optimistic this is going to go below $2. And I think that given the severity of the price of Bitcoin and the market cap will dictate how far down this goes, okay? Because nothing is safe from a bearish movement. Nothing. And the bearish movement of the last 2 months have proved that even the promising ICOs have lost all of their shine during the bear movement. And that would be the real test for Wanchain as well. So I think that there's a lot of people at the moment with rose-tinted glasses, a lot of people that think that because of the quality of this coin, and it is a very high-quality project, and because it's got, you know, DApps and ICOs releasing, that people think that there's no way this is going to drop. But nothing is bulletproof from a massive bear movement. And like I said, Zilliqa lost, you know, a lot of value from its initial pump having gone on the exchange. So, you know, if that happened to Zilliqa, similar can happen and will happen to Wanchain. But it's all contingent, like I said, on what happens to Bitcoin from this point. All right, so that is my 2 cents on the matter. Let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. And make sure you smash up them likes. While Bitcoin is going down, make sure something is going up and make that my likes count. So smash up those likes. And let's have a look and see what you guys are saying. Wendy's waiting patiently. What else are you guys thinking? Yeah, no BTC bull runs, people are saying. People are just saying just wait and be patient. Patience is key. Patience is key. Somebody said to me on my Twitter, they said, you know, you're just trying to get some cheap Wanchain. Why don't you just buy? You've got lots of money. The fact of the matter is I haven't got to where I have in cryptocurrency by buying at highs or buying during during a bullish kind of sentiment around a particular coin. If you buy during the bulls, that's where you make the least amount of multipliers. You have to buy during the bears. When the bears attack a particular project, that's where you get behind it and go truly bullish on it and make the multipliers. Fine. You know, you can make a 10x if this goes up to $40, you know, and I think that over time it definitely will go up to $40. But if you wait for it to go to $2, then that could be a 20x when it goes to $40. What would you rather make? A 20x or a 10x? Okay, so you know, I'm very, very steel-stomached about this stuff. You know, if the opportunity doesn't come, I don't get involved. But normally, if you're patient enough, then you will be able to get involved and take a really bullish movement and make massive multipliers as opposed to, you know, just relatively good multipliers. I look for the great multipliers. That's where I spot the opportunities. You can have the best cryptocurrency in the world, but unless you get in at a point where you can ride the massive multipliers, it's not necessarily worth getting in on it and being part of the community. So you've got to get in at a point where you're mentally happy, and that means that you're going to be more bullish with it. And even if another, you know, bear market comes along, you know, out of surprise, because you never know, it could happen. It could go aggressively bullish and go aggressively bearish again. Okay, but if you get in at a really good point, sometimes, you know, the price will never go to that low again. You know, Wanchain will never go to ICO price, but it could definitely go to $2, which would still be a great gain for the people that got in at ICO. But I just think that there is a much better time. And this isn't just with Wanchain. This is with a whole host of cryptocurrencies. A ton of them. You know, Icon went right down before it got listed on BitThumb, and then it had a nice surge. But, you know, even with that happening to Icon, you know, it's still going down. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you just gotta pick your moments, okay? You've got to pick your moments, and probably when Ian Belida sold, that was probably the best moment. Anyway, so anything else? Anything else? Yes, I've seen that Internet Node Token, they've been doing something. I think they've won some award for something. I spoke about U-Trust partnership yesterday. Elvis hair today. I don't know. Is it Elvis looking? I don't know. I tried. My hair looked terrible, so I just kind of made some curl come up or other. So what do you think? Car vertical will be a 10x? Yeah, easy. Car vertical in time will be a definite 10x. Yes. Credits is going to be a good one as well. I think credits is still holding relatively strong considering the bearish movement that's been going. Look, 60 cents. It's marvelous. And it's went right down and the volume's still good. So I like it. It's good. So there's nothing more to say other than repeating what I said yesterday about, you know, Fusion being a good competitor to Wanchain. So yeah, so, you know, just patience. Patience favors, you know, the brave, okay? And lack of patience burns the impatient. So, you know, it's just a case of just holding out and waiting, okay? Wait. Sometimes it doesn't work. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes it does not work. I didn't get into Dash at $10, and it will never see $10 again. And unfortunately, I didn't make my move and missed out. But, you know, there we are. Sometimes it happens and you can't be in the right place at the right time. However, you know, for the most part, you can get in the right position if you just wait, and particularly if the signs are all indicating that a bearish movement is coming. Just wait it out. Why the hell not? Stop being so impatient. This is a market where you've got to be smart if you want to make the money and make the multipliers. If it wasn't easy, everybody would be making money, and there wouldn't be a ton of frustrated people out there saying, my cryptocurrency is well below the price I bought it in, and they're all annoyed and all that kind of crap. You know, at the end of the day, you know, you've got to be intelligent, and you've got to have conviction behind your investments. I hold, and I'm happy to hold, and I have taken a bath with quite a few of my investments, but most of my investments I bought at the right time. So when a big bear market comes like the one that's just come, I'm still in massive profit because I bought most of my cryptocurrencies during the dips. If I bought them at all-time highs, right now I would be feeling a tremendous burn, but I'm not. I'm still really happy. And the reason why is because I wait for bearish times to buy at dips, and therefore I'm happy kind of pretty much most of the time. So, anything else? Anything else? What a voice. Oh, Michelle's here. Michelle Williams is here too. Anyone else recognizable here? Can't really tell. Need to know more people. Guys, you've got to make yourself known. I don't know Digitext, so I couldn't say. Don't know what Digitext even is. Let's have a look at Clearpole. I haven't looked at Clearpole in a while, if I'm honest with you. To be honest, I don't look at a lot of my investments because, you know, some of the time it's just depressing. Clearpole's still in profit for me, though, because I got into Clearpole 90 cents. And I did sell some of it when it went to an all-time high. So, because it was pretty spectacular. But I still keep some because I'm real big fans of Clearpole and think this could be revolutionary as far as voting systems in the future are concerned. So, you've got to just kind of, you've got to use these opportunities to strategize and think, right, what do I want to take a position in come the bearish movement? Should a bearish movement come? And if it doesn't come, it doesn't come, peeps. You know, it can't always work out for you. That's what I've realized. But patience, you normally will get that opportunity. Okay, so, you know, it's really a time to just strategize, because when it came last Sunday, it caught a lot of people by surprise. And a lot of people were thinking, oh, I wish I'd got in. But people weren't prepared for it. So you've got to strategize for when it does come, that you've got positions that you want to take, and that you've got available funds in which to take them, and then you will have an incredible week. Now, I know Christine bought a load of cryptocurrencies last week during a massive dip, and is now sitting pretty, literally, with these gains. So, you know, so that was a very intelligent move. So use these times to strategize, and certainly something I'm looking to become incredibly bullish on is OneChain, but at the right time. This is going to drop no matter how good people are feeling about it. So, unless there's anything else, I am going to be making a move. Will high performance blockchain compete with Zilliqa and credits? Yeah, I mean, ultimately they're all going to be business services. They're all going to be services businesses can use if they are going to be jumping on the blockchain bandwagon. It's just that some require, you know, software expertise, and ones like high performance blockchain will require you to have, you know, will require a hardware expert, because it's basically a hardware and software architecture. So there are differences, but ultimately the performance is where they are looking to go. And I think another really good one is Neurochain, and I'm going to have a stake in that because of the fact I want to have my hands in quite a few of the infrastructure pies. I've got some high performance blockchain, and I've got some Zilliqa, I've got some credits, and I have got some Neurochain. And I've got some Yggdrash, and on the other side I've got some Zebi as well, because all of these infrastructures offer something different, but ultimately performance lies at the heart of them. And really it's just going to be a case of who is going to be the best performer. And I think that Cardano has a real solid chance, and I think that's going to definitely be a big one. Hey, from Basingstoke, from Bella Adams Mason. God, are you that close? Shahee! Wendy says, what is your max one entry price? Well, I think you've just got to kind of see where it is at the low, because, I mean, you know, Zilliqa I thought would go lower than it has. and it hasn't. It has held strong. So I think that this could go down to an absolute maximum of 150, dependent on how significant the bearish movement is. Some people have said 6,000. I think 6,000 is really the absolute maximum. Don't think it's going to go that low, but some people have said 6,000. If it goes down to 6,000, this could hit 150, around about 150. But I would be extremely happy to get this at anything under $2. Because that would mean already automatically kind of like a 20 times gain when this hits kind of $35, $40, which is what I think it's going to do over 12 months, if not better maybe. It all depends really on the quality of the projects that they accept on OneChain. So, there we are, Marble Arch. Jesus Coin I've never looked at. As far as I'm concerned, Jesus Coin is just a Dogecoin. It's just a joke coin, basically. So, nothing on there. Yeah, I've not looked at it. But, yeah, and I'm a religious person. Maybe Jesus Coin will go up during Easter. Who knows? I certainly like to sit back and watch some Ben-Hur on Easter Sunday or Good Friday, whichever. So, you know, I'm not hugely religious, but I do... not hugely religious, but I do, because I was brought up a Catholic, but I do like to watch these Jesus films, so maybe I might put a little bit into Jesus Coin. Supercoin is out there. Yes, it is out there, but I think it's going to probably be bigger across the course of the year when we've actually got some use cases for it. Anyway, unless there's any more for any more, then I am going to be off ski. More light on in the background. Yeah, maybe. What's the light looking like, to be fair? Oh, look at that. It's looking relatively bright. Abs. Yeah, nothing else. What do you think? What do you think Zilliqa and Quantstamp will go to in a year? It's a difficult one, that, because, you know, I think that we are going to see quite an aggressive bull movement. And it's really difficult to predict the top. I think that Zilliqa is going to be, well, I think it's going to be a 3 billion market cap this year. So I think this is going to go up at least 10 times over the year. I think one of the things that holds it back is the circulating supply could be a lot of a slower growth because there's way more coins in circulation. So it's not as easy to have all bought and have the demand rising. You know, think of Zilliqa coins like Fords or Toyotas or something. They're common cars. There's so many out there, and so it stays at a relatively low price. It's if you've got a much smaller supply, it's instantly more valuable because there's so much less supply to be owned out there, and so the people that owned it, well, you've got to spend a lot more money to take it off their hands. Whereas because there's so many in circulation, there's probably enough for anybody. So, but I do expect this is going to go up 10 times once the bulls come in, because Zilliqa is one of the top infrastructure projects. It's been around for a while. It's been publicly tested, and it's achieved, you know, over what Neo has achieved. But then Neo is a much more used blockchain than Zilliqa. But now that Zilliqa have got a partnership with Trinity, that's very interesting. So I think that Zilliqa could go up quite a lot. Quantstamp, I think, are just going to go up naturally over the course of the year because they are unique in what they do, and they are, you know, they are going to be highly used as more Ethereum DApps come up, and they are going to be more of a they're going to be more of a sign for quality. So I think that this, I remain quite, I stand by my predictions from the beginning of the year. Thank you, Karan. I love you too. Anything else? Anything else? Nothing else. Right, that's it. So, I'm going to be making a move now because, quite frankly, well, it's Sunday. And Sunday, for religious people like me, or semi-religious people like me, is a day of rest. So, I'm going to be making a move now. But thank you all for joining. Smash up that like before you leave. Just before you leave, make sure you smash that like. It's a little bit like when you leave a famous landmark and they've got a guest book and you say, oh, you know, loved the place. So smash that like, almost like saying, thank you, Superman. And I will see you next time. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday. I hope that you enjoyed this stream. I hope it gave you some, I suppose, some information regarding what could happen in the future. It's all, at the end of the day, everybody operates in the what if kind of scenario. No one truly knows. However, looking at how the financial markets are performing across the globe, with stocks and shares is a good indication of the confidence in the financial market as in the investment game. So look at it as a period right now, everything's down and it could go down further before suddenly it explodes. So Make sure you strategize and to pick your positions wisely, peeps. Till next time, I will see you in the next episode. But for now, it is lights out, all out.